Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. We're back again to preview and predict the LOI European fixture in the second leg. So we have Shelbourne in action against Linfield and then Hegelmann against St Pat's. So yeah, once again I'm joined by Ross. Ross, how are you?
Very well, Luke. Very well now. Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Good, yeah, good. It's been interesting watching these European games. Watching Linfield and Shells was an interesting one. Did you get to watch it yourself over there?
For sure. Yeah, I watched it back. It was early 2:45 a.m. kickoff where I am, so didn't catch it
Fair.
live, but watched it back. And yeah, no, I think it was. We'll jump into it, obviously, into a little bit more depth, but I was happy enough with performance-wise and some of the surface of it. And yeah, we'll jump into it in a while. I'm not sure if you want to start with that one or you want to start with Hegelman and Pats, but no, just from the outside in, I think it was just kind of probably just a bit of a first kind of game in Europe in terms of Champions League game in about 20 years. So to get the win and extend their unbeaten home record in Europe, which I think is a really good record for League of Ireland clubs. I think it's double figures now, unbeaten at home in Europe. So nice little record we have there going. So yeah, no, positive, feel positive about it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was a good game, as was the Pats game, to be fair. But I suppose, yeah, you have a good point there on Pats. I suppose we'll start there. Yeah, a 1-0 win kind of against Hegelman. Look, I didn't see the game. I watched the highlights back, and it looks like Pats, hit the frame of the goal, had penalty, numerous shots. There could have probably been more than one. Now, yeah, you'd be happier from a Pats perspective, winning the game, but it definitely could have been by more. So I suppose it's just a question of what sort of, what are the conditions like in Lithuania when they go out here now? Are they going to be, sometimes you can go to these pitches and they're torn up and they're dodgy plastic
Yeah,
pitches and they know how to play it, but we don't. So, yeah,
yeah.
it'll probably be a bit sticky enough, depending on weather and warmth and stuff like that. It might be get a little bit tricky, but as far as quality, the two teams go, Pats are by far the better team, aren't they?
Yeah, the better side. Yeah, no, there's no two ways about it. And I think they'll be a little bit disappointed not to have taken a kind of a slightly bigger margin going into it because I don't think it'll be an easy game going out there. I think it'll be tough to say. Yeah, as you said, conditions will be. I don't know a huge amount about it, but I can't imagine they'll be easy to play in for them. And it's never an easy thing going to kind of Eastern Europe and coming away with results. It's never an easy feat. And obviously, it's a pass side that are quite low on confidence. Obviously, they missed a few really good chances and bits and pieces, but they also like Hegelman had a couple of half chances here and there. They could have sneaked one, like so. They're not out of it by a long shot, and they definitely fancy their chances to kind of keep it tight themselves and try and nick something. But you would fancy Pats to have enough. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, 100%. It's interesting. If you look at it from a Hegelman perspective, they're probably delighted to get out of there with one the goal deficit and bring it back to their ground and from their home supporters and try have a right go. But from Pats, like the game was, as I said, Pats didn't really get out of second or third gear, and they were even though it was 1-0, they were deserving winners. So yeah, now here as far as kind of second leg goes, I say it'd be tight enough. It'd be tight in the first game anyways, but I can't see Pats. Like I can't see Pats losing this game. I think it could be a draw, but I don't know. Like prediction wise, I might go 1-1. I'd say maybe Pats
You
might get a
know.
goal and then they'll come back into it, but Pats will hold out and have enough quality to see it over the line. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I think you're probably thinking on the right lines. I think it'd be interesting to see if he goes Amelia again, or if he how he kind of plays that. I think interesting to see kind of the treatment he's getting. Obviously, I think for these sides looking at Pats doing their kind of opposition analysis, they'll see okay, this young 17, 18-year-old striker after being snapped up by Spurs for 2 million. He's obviously like give him a few kicks, give him a hard time, and I think from his perspective, I think it's probably like a really good introduction to seniors football. He's so much better off getting that like experience than rotting away into the 23s and Spurs, isn't he? Like it's such a good experience for him. I think he could have definitely scored in that first leg, and he'd be hoping to put that right in the second leg. Second leg definitely, but yeah, he's a quality player, and these experiences are just such good moments for him to kind of take on board with him moving forward.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, as you say, like these experiences, you just don't replicate them at any level of youth football.
No,
Coming against kind of sturdy, you know. players in their late 20s, early 30s. Like it's valuable experience. So yeah, no, 100%. Mason Mealy probably be looking to even put himself necessarily in the shop window, but put himself on the when he goes over to Spurs to kind of something to refer to. Got a few goals there in the Europa Conference League
Yeah,
qualifiers. So like something to really boost his profile because he's going to go over to, as I said, world class facility in Spurs, world class players, and he's going to want to come there with a bit of a pep in his step. And these games is a perfect opportunity. So yeah, no, look, this second leg, obviously Aidan Keena got the penalty, so he'll be happy with that as well.
yeah,
Yeah, especially after all the controversial news about him being unsettled and stuff. I think he'd be happy to get that goal and just kind of put
yeah.
that on the back burner. But yeah, as far as kind of predictions for this, Ross, what do you reckon?
What did you go for? You went for a draw, sorry, was it?
Went for 1-1. Yeah.
1-1. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking along the lines of. But now Kenny's kind of talked about Pat's needing composure more, and I think that's going to be a huge thing for him here. Just being composed and steady. Uh, yeah, I'll go for 1-1 as well. That's the sort I had in my head, so I won't change it.
Yeah, not fair. Yeah, and as I said, I'll see them through to the second round due to their 1-0 first leg victory. But yeah, then I suppose then
Yeah,
moving on to the Champions League. Linfield are playing host to Shelbourne at Windsor Park. The first leg, straightforward enough. Mipo Odebeki with the only goal in the game, a kind of nice tidy finish on his left foot in the second half. Yeah, Joey O'Brien seemed happy enough with the result.
he's getting going. He's getting going, young Meepo.
Yeah, I was going to say Joey O'Brien's getting going. I was agreeing with you. They said Mipo, and I was like,
That's yeah.
we'll see, we'll see. This is the thing with Meepo. He gets a big goal, and then the next week he missed three sitters. So just about getting that
Yeah,
consistency
yeah,
in this game.
yeah,
But I think like even like from a personal perspective of like going up to Windsor last year against Larne, I think if Shells want to get through this tie, which is very plausible, I think they have to attack this game and go to win this game because, Linfield, they're not necessarily have the most quality in the world, but if you sit back off them, they have some big boys, they get them into the box, like, a ball will break to them to get a goal, and then all of a sudden, he's a rattled. So I think it's really important for Joey O'Brien to go up here and attack them from the off and look to get that first goal because the goal essentially would kill the tie.
yeah.
So I think that's so important to do that. I think they'll really be kicking themselves. They went up there, parked the bus, and conceded a stupid goal. Like I don't think that's the way forward.
No, for sure, for sure. I think it was clear last week who was in season. You could kind of tell that Chelsea are a bit sharper and a bit kind of more fit and things like that, as you'd expect. But I think you touched on it before and in the preview before that game about the level difference between the Northern Irish League and the Irish League. And I think there is like a marked difference in quality a little bit, isn't there? There is that difference. And I don't Linfield be getting Chris Shields back, and obviously he's an integral part of their team, and he must be pushing 40 now at this stage, isn't he? Like feels like he's kind of perennially 30. Johnny, he's one of those. He's been like 30 for like 10 years. It feels like he's constantly like the same. He's the same age for so long.
He's 34.
I think he should be back. Is he 34? Yeah. Like he how is he even that young? Like he feels like he's been around forever.
He has been, to be fair. No, he's a strong
Yeah.
part of the team. But look, Chris Shields was a great League of Ireland player. But
Yeah.
and we always we were probably thinking about the Dundalk Chris Shields, and we think about Chris Shields.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
we're being realistic, like if Chris Shields was still in the league today, I don't think he wouldn't be at that top. He wouldn't be at your Patsy or Rovers or your Shells. Like he'd probably be down maybe at a draw there or someone like that. Not down
Yeah.
at a
Yeah.
draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd be down to come with a Galway or someone like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know he's had an unbelievable career. He's been a quality player, played in some really big ties, but yeah, like Chris Shields kind of is, as I said, he's 34, so he's kind of come towards the end of his career, and then kind of other players, like
Yeah.
I was kind of watching them, and I just feel like they lack a bit of quality, Linfield. Like and like it's so funny because as you said last week, like they walked their league, like they absolutely walked their
Yeah.
league. So it just kind of shows there is a discrepancy when it comes like to quality. But yeah, as I said, Shelbourne, they should win this game.
Yeah. I think the only disappointment from last week, like I was pleased with how we went about the game. I think we controlled it for large periods and restricted them to not too many, like the odd half chance bits, but nothing major. And I think the only disappointment would have been not to have got a bigger margin to bring with us and kind of killed the tie in the first leg. I think big things were made about the size of the pitch in Windsor Park, and I know you're saying not to sit back, and I don't think we will sit back. I think we'll try and get in the front foot and dominate the ball, but Linfield have to come out and score in this game. And I think that will leave space to exploit him behind. I think Meepo with his pacing behind, hopefully should cause some chaos and get a plenty of opportunities in this one. And I think kind of goes under the radar as well. Sean Boyd made a huge impact coming off the bench last week as well. It was kind of looked like it could be one of those nights for Shales, a frustrating one, maybe peter out to a 0-0 or something. But just that physical presence off the bench, bouncing someone off and laying it off to Meepo for the goal, like he just changed the game. I think the idea for Shales is to find a way to get the two of them into the team at the same time. I'm not sure how you do it, um, but I think ideally you do have both of those in the team at the same time because they're a handful.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if you saw it during the week. Did you see Dan McDonald reporting that Sean Boyd is being linked with Fleetwood?
I did, I did.
Yeah. I can't see it happening personally because obviously he just signed the new long-term deal. Obviously, maybe with Duffer in mind, now he's gone. So maybe that changes things a little bit for him. But
Yeah,
yeah, Sean Boyd's a quality player. He brings a physicality that arguably isn't in the League of Ireland right now. Size-wise, like when he comes onto the pitch, it doesn't really kind of it's just the presence of him really like not even getting into his
yeah.
ability. He just ruffles feathers. He's
He's
a dirty
unique, isn't he?
kind of
There's not
he's
many
a
like him.
dirty kind of old school striker. Like he is very unique. So yeah, look, he's going to be an integral part of the second leg, and 100% I agree with what you're saying about Meepo and him in the same team. You have Daniel Kelly coming back as well from a long-term injury, who, you could tell he's getting back up to speed, but he'll be a good player once
Yeah.
he gets going. So yeah, look, there's pace here, there's pace in this
European
side.
experience in Kelly as well,
Yeah, that's it, that's it. Is Sean
which is
Gannon back
big.
for this
Like
game?
I think he's still suspended. I think he had a 3 game suspension. I think
Okay, fair,
so. I think,
fair.
but just on Boyd, before we jump to our predictions, on the Fleetwood interest, I was having a little think about it, and I was just thinking like he's what 27 ish now,
Around that, yeah.
26, 27. So kind of in his prime, or whatever what you want to say. And I know Duff had always touched on Shell's kind of dressing room being kind of a quiet dressing room. I think Sean Boyd be like a big part, one of the louder players in there, probably a really key, integral part of that dressing room. So obviously it'd be a massive loss to lose him. But then on the other hand, if Fleetwood came in, I'm not just saying that they would, but they came in with a decent sized 6 figure deal, you'd have to consider just based on his injury record. I think just because like you don't know how many games you're going to get out of him. If a decent offer comes in, I think you'd probably have to consider it just based on his injury record. But it's a hard one. It's a really difficult decision.
Yeah, I wonder what you qualify as that. Like, what do you say, like 300,000, something like
Yeah,
that?
but I don't think you probably wouldn't even get that, would you know? But
Maybe I
yeah,
say you get.
yeah,
I'd say they come in like 150, 200. Like,
yeah, yeah. You kind of
um,
you kind of weigh up whether that's worth it, and
yeah, you'd have a
you
decision to
probably
make.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You probably think he's going to be integral to us in Europe. It's not worth it. We could be making a couple of million here, so maybe it's
yeah,
not worth it in that case.
yeah. No, look, if he's got knocked out of Europe and that offer came in, it's a bit of a game changer. But yeah, you're 100% right. Like he brings a physicality that doesn't really come down to quality. Like it doesn't really come down to that. It's more different. Like if you were playing I don't know, if he's got a superstar team, just say he's got like I don't know, like Celtic or something, like he'd still be that player for you. It's like you hit Boyd, he'll get Meepo off the shoulder, you know.
Yeah,
So like
bit of
like
an
in
outball.
Europe, yeah.
Yeah,
If you're gonna get into league phase football, he'd be integral to you picking points. So yeah, no, you definitely would keep him to the end of the season, especially if he's got through this tie. But yeah, as far as this tie goes, look, I can't see Linfield winning this game. I can't even see Linfield drawing this game. I think Shelby will go up here and win. I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
doing shells. Yeah, yeah. Some telling me that shells are going to win it as well. Initially, I was thinking draw, but I'm actually going to lean towards shells. Could be kind of count my chickens before they hatch here. But I'm going to go for shells 2-0. I think we might be a little bit more comfortable in it just because if Linfield are chasing it, if we go 1-0 up, they're going to have to chase it even further. They might as well just throw the kitchen sink at it. And I think if we catch them on the break again, and I just think on a big pitch, we have the players to keep the ball. We've Lunnies, we've McEnroe, we've the likes that can keep possession. I think we're better players. I think we could just, especially after last week as well, we kind of learn the ropes. We know what Linfield have to offer now. I think we'll have a bit more confidence going into this one. So yeah, I expect us to win this tie and win both legs, which would be a big confidence boost. I'm going to go for 2-0 Shells, 3-0 on aggregate.
Yeah, I could easily see it. I think I feel like you will learn more from them than they will from you in this tie. I think you'll probably know this game how to. Joey will probably watch the game back and you'll pick holes in their game, and then they'll come out and yeah, you'll
Yeah,
get in behind them, especially in that big pitch. I think you're going to be too much for them. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, we both predict Chelsea to win there. So yeah, guys, look, there you have it. That's our kind of preview and predictions for this week's upcoming European ties. Please leave a comment to let us know what you think. Talk about like transfer rumors, or talking about Sean Boyd, or even ones you've heard yourselves. And then obviously in relation to these ties, what do you think? How do you think that your teams will get on? And yeah, let us know your predictions also. And look, if you're new, subscribe, and let's try to get this video to 30 likes. So also leave a like, guys. But yeah, Ross, thanks very much.
Luke, thanks, Peter. Thanks, guys.